Please list and describe your past and present involvement and accomplishments in school district committees and groups.
Okay. Well, the biggest one that I have is having served on the school board. I was appointed back in 2007, and when I was appointed, I thought it was very important to understand the school board, understand how it works, and understand the rules. And that's why I went through and within 8 months got the certification for the Michigan Association of School Boards. I think it's important because as parents and as board members, we need to set that kind of example. Education is about lifelong learning. You need to go through and continue that, and you need to be informed if you're making decisions for the children and on behalf of the community and the taxpayers. So yeah, that was an important piece. So I served on several committees during that time, including transportation, building, athletics, curriculum, policy. So I had a wide span on the individual board ones, as well as going through and participating in as many of the events as I could. I think for all of the time I was in there, for every one of the honors graduations we had, I don't think that I missed any of them, or I think I missed one undergrad one because it was during the day and I had to work. So I think it's very important that we go through and do that. I was also the lead for the community on the financial task force for the strategic planning, and that group enlightened me in the fact that we need to have much more community involvement. Not just putting people on committee and trying to lead them, but to listen to them and have them understand what's going on. The group was very passionate, very well informed, and really could help the district. Many of those people could go through and give and lend their expertise to helping us go through if we allow them to do that. And I think that that's something that the school board and the superintendent needs to go through and push. So the other groups and facilities are groups that I've been involved with for community activities. I've been involved over the years with the YMCA Indian Princess program, Indian Guide program, where I actually ran the programs, and it was involved with that with my daughters for 7 or 8 years. And then I've also been involved in junior achievement, actually since I was in high school, and participated in it and have been involved over the years with that. I'm on a number of U.S. DOE and energy committees throughout for the United States because I am considered an energy expert. And so I have a lot of knowledge of working with teams, working in groups, working with boards. I was also on a board of directors and treasurer for a federal credit union when we started one up at the hospital years ago that I used to work at. So I have the knowledge base to understand what collaboration is and what working together really means and involvement means.
Well, I'm not going to take credit for any accomplishments. I have been involved extensively over the last 7 years with fundraising at Country Oaks Elementary. I've been involved in fundraising efforts like the silent auction, Santa shop, the fun run, things like that. I was also involved in building utilization more as part of the public. I would say public that was against the building utilization. I found the data that they were using was outdated and the projections were the opposite of what was trending in the district. I was appointed for the Country Oaks representative for the 21st Century Curriculum Committee, who were assigned to set up some kind of 21st century tech-based learning, and ultimately assigned to try and decide which middle school needed to be closed. It's unfortunate that we had to choose to close a middle school under our financial situations, so I'm not going to claim that as an accomplishment, even though I was part of the committee that did that.
Thank you. We've lived in Highland Township for 12 years. I have been an avid volunteer in the schools for 10 of those years. I have been on the PTA, I've been involved with Milford Band Parents, and the 21st Century Middle School Committee. Because, and I know a lot of the people running have extensive involvement, and I would just like to address that. I feel that being a board member, needs to engage in thoughtful decision-making and decisions that benefit the district and the schools alike. Sometimes extensive involvement can make us too close to the people who, in the end, we need to evaluate and hold accountable. So I commend many of these people who have extensive involvement. On the flip side of it, I think that I would be a good candidate because I can come in with fresh ideas. I'm not beholden to anyone, and I'm willing to be open to listen and hear the concerns of the community and address them. Thank you.
I have been involved on committees within Kurtz Elementary, Heritage Elementary, and Muir Middle School. In the classroom, everything from a room mom to doing popcorns and running a school store, all the way up to running 4 terms on the Heritage PTO board. 3 of those terms were as president. During that time, we made substantial changes and improvements, enhancements to the school, if you will. We implemented a much-needed school sign so that people actually knew which building was the elementary school as they came up to it. We were right during the beginning of the budget cuts for the school district, set aside $24,000 over a 3-year period to assist with substantial improvements to curriculum, like science beakers, things like that. So they were in the areas of math, reading, science, and language arts. Things that would stay with the classroom, wasn't necessarily covered by the school district, but weren't consumable products either. We also implemented a home book bag reading program for all the kindergarten and the first grade parents that is still in use today, and then put together a communication envelope system that allowed our children to communicate and the families to communicate back and forth to school, which was an issue because 100% of the children were in a busing environment. There was no walking community, which made communication just a little bit more layered. After that, in 2007, I represented the district on a county-wide forum talking about the requirements to graduate a child on a globally ready environment. So we started talking about different cultures, different graduation requirements that they had, and where does our own education system here in the U.S. match up. The result of that ended up being the increased graduation requirements for all high school seniors, or high school children, starting in their freshman year. And then about 1.5 years ago, I got involved into the Grassroots Committee, which again is the legislative group for our parent group for our district. We have done everything from meet multiple times with our legislators to going and testifying up in Lansing and talking about our story, talking about the story for education for all children, but really how their decisions are impacting our area here in Miller Schools.